Jeffro from Two Hacks Garage. Well, I tell you what, guys, for once I can say I'm tired. I've been running all over the place, different shops, different projects. It's winter time. It's actually a night that I'm relaxing. I just wanted to provide a quick update on Project Jumping Jack Flash, that nostalgia front engine dragster that Jimmy and I are building. If you've seen in previous videos, we tore it completely down, kind of inventoried what we had, cut about 11 foot off that car, making plans to rebuild that whole front half of that car. Well, what am I going to do in this video? Real quick, I'm going to show you some parts I got in, explain what they are, and we're going to head over to my friend John's because the chassis part that we still have remaining, the rear hoop, which is the safe part where I'm going to be sitting, we got to sandblast that. Still got some welds to fix on that, maybe rearrange some bars, add a few things, so when I get my tubing in, hopefully in about a week, we can start building the front and back of that car together so we can get this chassis together. So what did I get? Well, I did get my wheels for the rear dragster. They're a Halibrand 15 by 10. Kind of neat, really nice, really classic look. There's a reason I did get these. You saw in the last video, we took the rear end apart, ordered a bunch of parts for that to get it put back together, and I'm going to be ordering tires soon. The rear of that car, well, you set it actually, there's like the bars down the side on the chassis, and you set that axle in there. It's kind of like almost like a slide-a-link style system. But we're going to have our tires on there. It's going to help us align where we need it. Jimmy's also got a cool trick I'm going to show you on how to line up the engine, transmission with the actual rear end correctly and at the right angle. But these are nice. Like I said, real classic look. Got them on Holly.com, really good price. Really like them. They have that nostalgia look that I'm really going for. Now, speaking of nostalgia, check this out. I got myself here a vintage Hilborn setup. I have been looking for a really nice one for a while, and I finally got it. I got this from English Brothers Racing out on the East Coast. It is actually really cool. So I tell you what, guys, let me show you what I got going on here. All right, well, this is what I've been waiting for a few days. Like I said, I finally found a set that I really wanted to get. Super nice, super clean. It's been rebuilt. I still got to get the fuel pump for it and the timing cover, but I couldn't pass on this one. This is the Hilborn 265-C-8C. What's kind of neat about this is the Hilborn name is actually under Holly, and I believe they're going to start making service parts for these, so that'll come in handy too. But yeah, this is for a small block Chevy, which I'll be running in this dragster, still unknown cubic inch. It's going to be anywhere from 302 to 377. Not quite sure, but check this out, guys. Talk about pretty cool. I don't know much about it. I've been reading a lot on them, and tell you what, guys, they are a neat setup. Mechanical fuel injection is definitely cool. I don't know if you can see in there or not, but got the big old butterflies. And see if I can get a shot of underneath here on the bottom. It's got the spray nozzles. See, those are your nozzles right there at spraying the fuel. So yeah, pretty darn cool. So yeah, that's what I got for parts. Got a bunch of other miscellaneous rear end parts on order. Whole bunch of cool stuff coming. Project Jumping Jack Flash. Well, guys, it's coming along. A little slower than we wanted, but once we get the tubing in, we're going to hit it really, really hard. Speaking of tubing, I need to get over to John's, start sandblasting the rest of that chassis. See you when we get to John's. Later, guys. Jeff from 2X Garage. Well, we're on our way to John's to get the chassis sandblasted. It's a cold day, hence the stocking cap jacket and all that. Here's something kind of comical, though. This old shop van we got, it's an old Chrysler Town and Country. It has got 1 trillion freaking miles on it. Believe it or not, guys, this thing has held on for many years, hauling engines, transmissions, car parts, you name it. Comically, it is hauling the rear part of the chassis for my dragster. Why is that funny? Well, you know what, guys? This thing is not worth a penny, but it keeps on trucking. And you know what? I'm trucking to John's with the dragster chassis and this old piece of crap. See you soon. All right, well, as you see, it is a cold day. I'm the biggest wuss when it comes to cold weather. My friend John is not. He's the exact opposite. But what he's going to do is we got this elevated. He's going to start removing the paint with this. It's nothing fancy, but you know what, guys? It's going to work. It's going to save me money on this project. And yeah, while it's cold, we're going to try to get this done. And so I'm going to let the show begin with John blasting this. It's not a real heavy abrasive material. It's just meant to get the paint off. It's not powder coated. This is just old paint. We need to get it off there. Mind you, when the car's done, it'll get a finer blasting before paint. So you know what, John? Tell you what, man. You can let her rip, buddy.
All right.
All right, well, it's Saturday morning, and yeah, I'm heading to Jimmy's. Sandblasting on the chassis took a couple days. I got to give a big shout out to John for helping me out with that. It's been cold. It took 2 days to do because we did it after work. We ran out of daylight. Didn't take that much media, but we did it just in time because, as you can see, well, last night we got some snow, and that would have really sucked if we tried sandblasting outside when it's snowing. We wouldn't have been able to do that because, you know what, water and bare steel rusts. Yeah. So it was just in time. So what I'm doing now is I'm heading to Jimmy's because we got to unload this thing. He's got to look at what he needs to do. If you saw us, we were spraying down a lubricant. Basically, that was just a light oil to help keep that frame from rusting, from flash rusting from hot and cold. So yeah, shout out to John on helping me out with that. I owe him some Portillos. A couple days of blasting, about 100 pounds of media, somewhere in there, not really sure. And yeah, it's gonna ride through the snow, truck it onto Jimmy's. See you guys there. Later. All right, well, we're back at Jimmy's. Got the chassis here, snowed. Good thing we got everything sandblasted. Got it in here on the work side. It'll end up on the machine side. What Jimmy's doing, he's going over this chassis here. He's going to be looking at welds, looking at spots that might need to be fixed. Just going over it. He's done this before. He knows what he's looking at. So yeah, that's where we're at. It's kind of an update on everything. Got the rear end hot tanked. I'm going to be doing a whole lot of work on that here soon. But yeah, so Jimmy's just going to be going through here, checking welds, doing some grinding, doing the stuff Jimmy does. So I'm just going to throw it on time lapse and record some of that. But with that, guys, in the next episode of this, probably going to see more chassis stuff, getting the tubing next weekend, and I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of rear end work. Hope you enjoyed that video. It was kind of boring. It was blasting, but it was also pretty cool. Like I said, we're going to keep going with this project, and I'm going to document every piece of it as I can. So with that, Jimmy wants to get to work. I'm rambling. See you in the next one. Later.